Pro Wrestling, pretty much doing whatever he wants. I don't know how, quite honestly, we're going to rein that in. The ownership, the management of Rampage Pro Wrestling is going to have to step up at some point and find somebody to come in and get a little control over this.
And we've seen this attitude and this style that Sal Rinauro has resorted to in the past. Certainly he has not always been a fan favorite, and relying back on these cheap tactics and shortcuts he likes to take. Very flamboyant in the ring. A big attitude he has, and what a dangerous thing it is for him to have the power he has right now at Rampage Pro Wrestling, to be in charge of the goings-on and the matchups here. Dangerous situation, but right now J Rod's a man who would like to fix some things, and one of them might be the nose on Sal Rinauro's face.
I would think so, and a large target is that. You know, Sal Rinauro fits well into the Jimmy Rave approved team, because the one thing that does define the team in general is you may not like them, you may not appreciate their attitude or their double, triple, quadruple team tactics, but all of the people that are Jimmy Rave approved are consummate professional wrestlers, and Sal certainly is that. A former Rampage champion, is our present general manager. He was a tag champion in Ring of Honor. He's been a champion all over the United States, and he definitely does define the best in Rampage Pro Wrestling, even if we don't like the man he's become.
Absolutely. It should be a great matchup. These two men are no strangers to each other. Both great professional wrestling backgrounds. They've been around, and J Rod is the Triple Crown winner here at Rampage Pro Wrestling. He's held all of the titles here, and certainly has had NWA World Title matches as a result of being a top contender. And speaking of NWA World Title matches, you never know when the NWA World Heavyweight Champion will be coming back through, and that's something in the back of the minds of every Rampage Pro Wrestler when they come out here.
Well, right now that NWA World Champion, the Sheik, would be an interesting person to have for anybody in this company to take on. The man is a wild man, not your typical NWA champion by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly has become one, having defeated Colt Boom Boom Cabana in Florida about a month ago, and he's been successfully defending ever since. So at some point we may see the Sheik, we may see the return of the Dark City Fight Club, the World Tag Champions, two-time World Tag Champions, or perhaps even the World Junior Champion, Craig Classic.
Absolutely. We are sanctioned by the oldest governing body, the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA. Wherever you see that emblem, you are assured of the very best in professional wrestling. And the NWA Legends Fan Fest is coming to Atlanta August 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. RPW will be a part of that. They just signed Lars Anderson to that. So Lars and Ole Anderson back together for the first time in many years.
Very much so. And that's one of the great
Lars
things.
was one of the original Anderson brothers.
Very much so, yes. Gene brought in Ole, and then Lars after that. They were the original. That was the original group in various formations. In fact, I believe Lars and Ole competed together as a tag team up in the Minnesota area at one point.
Absolutely. Now a chase here by J Rod, and
nobody home right there.
Trying to outsmart him, he missed. J Rod off the ropes, catapults himself into the ring. More information, NWALegends.com for tickets for the Fan Fest, and we look to see you there, as well as here on June the 5th. What a phenomenal card we're going to have here. A Super Sunday of Wrestling, all whipped by J Rod now. Down, up, and over.
And you never know. My understanding is Greg Price is bringing in the champions of the National Wrestling Alliance, not just the legends. And fans, we are all about respecting the legends of the National Wrestling Alliance. It's one of the reasons why we're supporting Greg Price's effort here for an NWA Legends Fan Fest here in Atlanta, Georgia. He had been doing them for years in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they were great. But now the fans, the wrestlers the fans remember best from Georgia Championship Wrestling, from back when wrestling was on WTBS television, the Gordon Soley fueled programming. You're going to see most of those major stars.
And did you hear who's inducting Gordon Soley into the Hall of Heroes? Roddy Piper.
And a tremendous choice. They worked together as a commentary team for a period of time on Georgia Championship Wrestling, as you'll remember, Ben.
Yes, they did. Great memories of Georgia Championship Wrestling back in the day when it was real exciting, when NWA is now bringing it right back to you here in Rampage Pro Wrestling with the new Young Lions Professional Wrestling, who will make stars of tomorrow.
Very much so. And you never know who may show up. You mentioned that same weekend as the Fan Fest, there's going to be a show here at Rampage Pro Wrestling, and I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't have some of those champions of the National Wrestling Alliance here on that very night.
They're going to be in Georgia, so we know. Clothesline there by J Rod, coming off, and again, Bulldog, you wait just a minute.
Well, what is
Chip Day?
Yeah, he's got the referee distracted.
Chip Day, of course, Jimmy Rave approved, and we know Sal Rinauro is with them now. A knee to the back of J Rod. Caught him for the blind side. That's the thing, the dangerous thing about people like Chip Day and Jimmy Rave approved. You never know where they're coming. They're going to distract you at any given moment.
In fact, I'm fairly surprised that during the match with Corey Hollis that nobody got involved. Obviously, they were able to resist for one match, but not for two matches. Maybe Sal Rinauro decided he needed a little bit of an extra advantage against someone the caliber of J Rod, the only Triple Crown winner, as you've noted, here in Rampage Pro Wrestling, and one of our toughest professional wrestlers.
Snap suplex, and I don't know for Sal Rinauro if it's just a matter of winning this match or proving a point. J Rod's certainly one of the top stars to attack for Sal Rinauro if he wants to send a message out to the other guys of who's in control, who has the power here. Certainly, that's something he'd like to do with J Rod. J Rod's a fighting man, though. He's not going to back down from any challenge, Sal Rinauro or anyone else.
Rinauro spending a little bit too much time paying attention to the crowd, a little less time paying attention to J Rod, and it almost cost him. But now Rinauro taking back over, several punches to the face, and now a big elbow to the top of the head. J Rod is down, and Rinauro is back in control. Goes up to the top rope, stands on the second rope. Not sure what he has planned here.
Sal Rinauro coming off and caught him in the back, and J Rod down to his knees. And now what is Sal Rinauro taking his t-shirt off? And choking the man. Now this should not be allowed. The referee's gonna have to get this shirt out of here.
And it looks like he's gonna beal him across. Yeah, he's gonna try to beal him. He beals him across the ring using that and all the pressure that puts on the neck and throat of J Rod.
And now he seems to think he has this battle won. Certainly he has put a lot of punishment out to J Rod thus far in this match. Remember, Sal Rinauro is the general manager still. As far as we can tell, he's going to be that for a while. And J Rod in the ring now, seeing a very aggressive Sal Rinauro. Snap mare now by Sal Rinauro. J Rod goes down. Hard knee to the head. Covers him now, hooks the leg. 1 count, 2. Only a 2 count. Not that easy to beat a man like J Rod. You know, he was a fighting champion each time he had a title. He had to fight to get the title. He had to fight to keep the title. He's a fighter all the way through.
Very much so. Did you notice Rinauro not rushing at all in this particular match? He's in no hurry. He's keeping the man down, putting pressure on him, abusing him in different ways. But you're right, J Rod is a fighter all the way through, and that's an example right there. 2 kicks to the head, take Rinauro back. Rinauro back in, caught again with J Rod. J Rod back to his feet, but caught with a knee as he runs in by Rinauro.
J Rod has that fever pitch. He just comes in from anywhere. You know, you just saw right there, and there's Sal Rinauro taking advantage of the man. But Sal Rinauro is not a man to take lightly either. Certainly he has a great background in wrestling, whether you like him or not. And now hooking him. The guy thought he had it. Hooked that leg. You look at the face of Sal Rinauro. He's just as surprised as we are.
Rinauro, I also noticed Renauro's carrying a little more weight than he used to back in some of his earlier championship runs here at Rampage Pro Wrestling, but I've noticed he's also using that weight to his advantage against his smaller opponents, and in this particular case, J Rod, although highly muscular, highly gym ready, is now a smaller opponent, and Rinauro taking advantage of a diversity of, well, illegal tactics, but also wearing down his opponent.
It's a match, a main event anywhere, and you're getting it right here on Rampage Pro Wrestling TV. Glad you joined us here. Whether you're watching on Fox Communications, Fox 24, or My 41 TV. Glad you're with us. And now going for a neck breaker. Sal Rinauro may wrap it up right here. He caught him on the back of the head. That neck now snapped. And this could be the end of J Rod in this match.
Well, and not only can you watch it on television, but you may well be watching this at RampageProWrestling.net. And if you're doing, you could be watching it anywhere in the world.
Absolutely, and we enjoy having our fans from all over. Summer's coming, and it's getting hot outside, and Rampage Pro Wrestling is getting even hotter inside that ring.
Well, very much so, and this match is, the pace may be slow, but these guys are laying into each other, and this is a hot and heavy contest. Rinauro's been in control, but J Rod won't back down. Right there, caught with the top of Sal Rinauro's head in the chin, forced him back down to the mat, and J Rod down again. Rinauro felt that one too, though.
Great matchup here as part of the Rampage Pro Wrestling main event still to come here. Sal Rinauro continuing to work on J Rod and just slapping away in the face and putting that boot now, choking the man with his boots all the way to Sal Rinauro going down. And the referee calls for a break, but the damage is done in that type of maneuver.
And I mentioned earlier, illegal moves and taking advantage of the slight increase of weight that Sal Rinauro has had. Smart professional wrestler, always has been. He's always been able to modify his style based on how he brings himself into any particular match, and he is doing that in this very match and has been in control relatively from the beginning.
Caught him right into that steel ring post, and that right there not only can take you out of a match, that can take you out of commission there. And I believe he caught that shoulder and that arm. And J Rod certainly in a bad way right now, and the fans trying to chant him back. We want to encourage the fans to be as noisy as they can when they come out. Cheer for your favorites. Let the bad guys know what you think about them as well. And that time, caught him face first, J Rod. And that could be enough to get him back to his feet if he can just get that breath.
Well, that's the first time I questioned Rinauro's tactics. He seemed to be getting a little bit of a wind regain on his own, staying in the corner, then elevated himself as J Rod came in. I think he had J Rod more hurt than he really did, and you're seeing the result of that now as J Rod's back and trading 1-2 and had the advantage until now. Rinauro firing back, misses that one.
Oh!
J Rod didn't.
And those short clotheslines are very dangerous. And there's those devious boots, those boots we know he has done so well with, lethal weapons. And now Sal Rinauro shoots him off. Leapfrog caught him that time, I believe. Rinauro crashed down hard, throws him up. I thought he had him.
Rinauro tried to get up and over him. J Rod managed to catch the leg as he was going over, took him down hard on the face, and that took a lot out of Rinauro right there. I don't know if that was the right maneuver by Rinauro this late in the match, trying a leapfrog.
Caught him with a forearm and on the ropes. This could be a TKO on the ropes here. Along with reversal by J Rod. Leapfrog caught him up now, comes off, and look at the slipper hold into a reverse neck breaker.
Beautifully
I thought he was going to
done.
put that slipper hold on him, but caught him with a neck breaker.
Well, I'd said it's a little late in the match to try a leapfrog, but I guess not too late in the match for J Rod. But again, Rinauro one step ahead in the thought process. This is truly the game of human chess we're watching here. It may not be pretty all the time, but these guys are trying to think a move ahead, and you're seeing that in this activity. Reversal. Wait a minute, that's a 3 count.
1, 2, 3, that small package. Rinauro thought he had him. Reversal by J Rod, and just that fast, J Rod has won this match against the general manager, Sal Rinauro, the winner, J Rod, and he's holding up that sign. And if any face at Rampage Pro Wrestling represents RPW, that's it in J Rod.
Well, you were talking about back in the match with Corey Hollis and Barry Buchanan, you know, that the back and forth nature, that it could happen at any point, that it is only that 3 count that separates it, and this is an advantage there. Sal Rinauro had him hooked, thought he had him down. J Rod managed to get the leverage to pull him around for the 3 count. Sal Rinauro didn't see that coming. He thought he had the J Rod beat. Not so much.
More Rampage Pro Wrestling coming up, including tag team action.